Coach, I would imagine that there are many opportunities that are now available to Tennessee State University's football program simply because of being victorious in the Ohio Valley Conference. And as I think, as you've indicated earlier, many of the teams that that you defeated are now especially looking to play you again this year, and certainly they want to burst your bubble in a real sense. Now your first team, what's that first game? What's your first game?
Our first game is Alabama State. Ron Dickerson, who was the head coach at Temple University now, he's the head coach at Alabama State. So that'll be our first game on September the 5th.
Okay, very good. And of course, Coach, let us take this second commercial break, after which we'll come back and talk about some of the more recent developments in the athletic program at Tennessee State University. Thank you and welcome back to this final segment of the show today. We're talking to Coach Lawrence Cole, the head coach at Tennessee State University. And of course, Coach Cole, during this last segment, let's talk about some of the more recent developments in reference to the football program at Tennessee State University, and more specifically, let's have you to give us some information in reference to the NCAA sanctions that were imposed upon Tennessee State University quite recently, and the impact that you think that those sanctions might have on Tennessee State University and on your football program and your ability to be able to do what you have to do to repeat the OVC championship.
You know, it's always sometimes you have to pay a price, you know, to be a winner. And, you know, most times to be a winner, then there's always sour grapes on your program. And, you know, like you say, how we turned it around, you know, we had to make some major decisions in the program. And, you know, we had some unhappy campers in our camp and made some accusations to our program, which, you know, we still stands right now that none of that's true. Mm-hmm. But, you know, as far as impact on the program, I think, you know, if you're an honest person and you've seen what has taken place at Tennessee State and what kind of program, you know, since I've been here, then I think that's the reason why we're still successful. And I think we will always be successful, you know, just by what we're doing over there. We're not doing anything that any other school is not doing.
You know, Coach, you know, also I think quite recently you had a football camp. Let's talk about that, because I think that before we talk about the schedule and perhaps some of the other things that you like to talk about, but I think that that's important, and I think it says quite a bit in terms of what you and members of the football team are doing in terms of trying to reach out to the younger people. Let's talk about that free clinic that you are offering at Tennessee State University.
Well, we had, our coaches, we got together and we just figured, you know, since I came here, I felt that the community is Tennessee State University, and I still believe that you have to give back out to the community in just the way I've learned. I said, if you don't teach young men or students at Tennessee State how to give back, then they don't know, you know, how to do it. But what we ended up doing this year, we started a free camp. We're just charging $5. Kids get some free T-shirts. We give them meals. We give them free instructions about Tennessee State. We take them around the campus, see how pretty the campus is, and then what we're going to end up doing is give them a tour down to the new stadium. So what we're trying to do is put into their mind right now as a youngster, because sometimes a youngster adventures something big like Tennessee State University. When he becomes a senior, then, you know, when I end up going out there and recruiting, he always going to say, boy, I remember Coach Cole. So we're trying to plant that seed real young in these kids' mind. But also, we just want to, you know, be positive role models for them. So that's one of the reasons why we're doing this right now, and let them guys meet our players on our football team.
You know, let's talk about, over the last 3 minutes that we have here, let's talk about your schedule and some of the things that you see from your vantage point in reference to that schedule and some of the opportunities. We've got about 3 minutes. Let's give you that time to do that.
Well, we're going to have, you know, a pretty rough schedule. You know, since I've been here and some of the other previous coaches, it's another goal of mine and the team is that we haven't won our first game in, I think, 10 years. We haven't. Mm-hmm. So that's one of our primary goals this year to start the season is win the first game. And, you know, we got to go back down to play Jackson State. I'm quite sure they'll be ready. You know, they always say first time is a fluke, and now we got to turn around. We got to prove that to them. And then the other one is Florida A&M. You know, you go in our office, you always see this big picture I have in the wall, and it says, when you come to Tennessee State, the first thing is to get a degree. Second thing is to beat Florida A&M, you know, and then it goes on down to win the conference and win the national championship. So our goal too is to beat Florida A&M this year.
And so you're looking with great anticipation to that Florida A&M game, and the belief that you're going to overcome Florida A&M this time.
Yeah, I mean, it's just so many times we've been right in the ball game, and then we just seems like we just give it away. And hopefully this year that it's going to be different with our kids.
Coach, during this last minute and a half we have here, let us thank you before giving you an opportunity to make a final comment. Let us thank you for coming by and giving us that information. I think that in a real sense, we've had you, as we said earlier, each year since 1996, since you first came to Tennessee State University, and we can see the progression in the athletic program and in the football program. To start off where you started in '96 and to be successful in less than 3 years is really a tremendous accomplishment on your part, and your ability to be able to do that using a team that has been, the teams that were recruited by 3 or 4 other individuals also say something about your skill and your ability to be able to do what you've been able to do. And I think in a real sense, the camp that you've provided has given an opportunity for the community, because I think one of the things that you've always stressed has been the ability for your players to be